Hello there, YouTube, and happy Christmas Eve, although this is going to come out in a couple of days, so you'll miss the Christmas Eve. This is Workers and Resources Soviet Republic. This is episode number 15? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 15. So, where are we? Where are we? What are we doing? We have a steel mill. That's one thing we have, and it's working on. It's being worked on. 4,339 days left. We have plenty of resources, though. Oh, and look at those workers tick up. Got a busload. Ooh. Our money's at 0. That's a problem. So let's get some more money. Oh, my game. It has updated. You know what? This is all new. So I'm not on the test branch. I'm on the live branch right now. And it seems like they've added the new features into the live branch. Because this stuff right here, in the actual loans and rubles, that's brand spanking new. So we're going to have some exploring to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to explore, and that starts with borrowing money. Huh, what is it with these red loan overdue stuff? Oh, it's a penalty rate if we don't have enough money to pay it. That's interesting. We got a penalty interest rate. So that's a little bit more punishment for people who screw up with loans. Okay, so we got new stuff. We got tourism. Oh boy. We've got like star ratings on these things. That's neat. Huh. So I honestly, I have no idea what the hell I'm building here. I don't know how to deal with these things. I haven't looked into them. I didn't think my game would be updated yet, so oops. Let's take a quick peek around. These all look the same as they were before. Maybe I should have watched a video about what's new in the game before I start this here series of episodes. Dry bulk storage. I think that's new. It stores cement and aluminum. Oh, I was like, I always thought there should be a storage tank for cement. We never had that before. So now we do. That's a good thing. And it's now metallurgy instead of like whatever weird name it had before. I don't remember what weird name it had before. Bauxite and aluminum. This is a new supply line. They're used for aeroplanes. We're not going to be building aeroplanes right away, but we will eventually. So, okay. Airplane production line. Yeah. This looks real nice. Got these nice statues. We should do a statue. Last time around, we got some requests for statues. Editor buildings. Right, the building editor. It's another thing we haven't played with yet. Oh boy, so many new things. But for now, our republic is going more or less how it was before. We've lost almost half of the money we borrowed already, because all that money is going into resources to be shipped to our steel mill. But the steel mill's coming along. Look at it. It's growing. Soon it's going to be a real boy / real steel mill. Just in time for Christmas, we'll have steel to our heart's content. Look at this view. Look at this view. We got all these construction signs. Oh, it's so beautiful. I love construction signs. Okay. So let's check in. Our rail line construction's going well. Look at this guy. He's faster than the previous one. He's coming out to... Oh, and there's another one. So our little junction here seems to have worked fine. It's allowing 2 cars along here, building both sections. That's what we wanted to see. And meanwhile, there should be a third out here. Oh, and it is. It was being blocked by this fuel thing last time we played. So I'm guessing that some tweak's been made to the rail construction on this patch that allows it to continue building. That's really nice. I like seeing that. Okay. We've got improvements. So how about here? How's our coal supply doing? It's going down. Oh boy. We might need more buses for the coal mine. That's probably still the bottleneck, but look at this. That's growing fast. And this is filling up right now, so maybe the processing's a bottleneck, except this would be full if the processing was a true bottleneck. So let's just watch this for a little while. Let's see what happens. I think what I'm going to do is put this aggregate storage and this processing over here. We can keep an eye on them and see what happens. I'll put this over here. Let's continue touring around while we watch. So our city, we're constructing some prefabs here. We have this one built. This one's empty, so we don't need to rush too much. I see that the groundwork is happening in these. It seems to have reset. Oh, I see. Max number of workers outside construction office. Here's another thing that's new. I assume CO means construction office. So I assume that means the construction office buses can still deliver people even if the numbers turn down. And that's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I like having more control, but I don't know. It seems okay. Our coal mine does seem to have a pretty good source of workers. It hasn't fallen too fast. I bet there's another bus on its way now. Well, maybe not. Okay, so now that the bus is not on its way, the aggregate storage is falling down to 25 workers, and here's the next bus. It has 76 workers in it, so it'll fill back up again. I don't know, this seems fine, I think. This one is more full than it was last time we checked. So yeah, let's not think too hard about this. We don't want to overthink things. We will be more worried about the coal production, which is now, by the way, it's leveled off. It's small aggregate storage is just starting to fill up again now. Okay. So we'll worry more about coal production once we get the steel plant up, because we will be leaching coal off of this line in the early days to build steel out of. I believe the steel mill requires far more coal than it does iron. I'm not sure about that, but I think so. And then eventually this will be done and we'll have a second coal line. So that's good. Who are you? What are you doing? Bringing mechanical components. That's why our money is gone. Look at this. Oh man, and we're overdue by 14,000 now. Wow, this is really interesting. I like this. I like this system here. Amount due in 30 days is 123,000. Wow. That's really helpful. Like, this is like super, super, super helpful here. This will let us keep an eye on our debt level. So like 123,000 over 30 days is an awful lot. That has me more concerned than we were before. But you can see right now we're just importing tons and tons of steel to build, ironically enough, our steel mill. Our steel mill costs us steel. So if we stretch this out to August 15th, which would be about a month, we're only making 70,000 in a month. So we are struggling to service that debt. It's coming in at a 2% interest rate, so that's not so bad, or 2.1% or whatever it is. We should be careful though not to we have unpaid debt there like we were a few minutes ago. Our power plant's doing good. Our heating plant's doing fine. We don't care since it's September. It's not that important right now. Our school seems more or less okay. We got students like it's full. It's full, but it's not super overfull. We're still ramping up our level of education for our workers, so that'll get better. It'll get a little bit better. What's happening here? Kindergarten's looking okay. School's looking, yeah, again, we could use some more teachers. I'm going to bump this up to max staff. Hospital is fine. Second school is already on max staff. It shouldn't be, probably. Oh, wow. What the... So going down decreases it by a lot, and going up decreases it by a little bit. So that's a new thing. That's actually helpful in some ways, like when I'm ratcheting down the number of maximum workers. Like, if I bring this up to, like, 60... Oh, no, it does still go down 5 at a time. So never mind, that isn't actually helpful at all. Gotcha. Okay, sure. I'm going to put in roads so that we can start work on these two prefabs, the ones on that side of the street. So those should be built soon. We're going to increase the max number of workers up to 10. Looks like a lot of the pathfinding for construction has changed. They are delivering goods even to the prefabs that don't have road connections. So that's a new one. It used to be you could just not have road connections and they'd never start delivering resources, but now they are as long as there's pathways, it seems like. So we need more mechanical components here. I think that's what this truck has. Yes, it does. Look at that. Just what the doctor ordered. And our steel mill is actually very, very close to being done. So that's going to bring some new logistical challenges once it is done. In fact, I think I'm going to have a dedicated distribution area with dump trucks right next to here. because that way it can specifically service this, and we'll eventually want to move those dump trucks out and replace them with flatbeds for distributing steel once we have local infrastructure to build the resources, but we're a long way from that yet, so let's just do some temporary solutions. I feel like my sound effects are up, like have been reset, like my levels maybe. Let's just take a quick peek. Yes, they have. They've all been reset. I turned down my desktop volume a few minutes ago because I was trying to get this balanced out. So we'll just do that, and then we'll turn the desktop volume back up. And that should be more or less what we were used to before, I think. Okay. I'm getting the game back to how it should be. Steel mill is so close. So close. Needs mechanical components. So yeah, we're building a distribution office right away. Okay. Where do I find those again? They're in warehouses, I think. So construction. These new sound effects are quite a thing. They're a little bit annoying, gotta say. Just a wee bit annoying. I'm gonna do a small distribution office right now. I'm tempted to do one of the mod ones, which is even smaller, but I think this one's gonna be just fine. And we'll just like plop it in here, more or less. Like so. Cool. So now we'll just let the construction office deal with it for now, I think. I think that's okay. Let's look at pathways here. So we'll just connect this up. Let's just connect it straight to the bus stop. That makes sense to me. And this is the processing plant? Yeah, so we already have a pathway, the fastest route that way. So that's fine. Turn off the wireframe because it is oogly. Oogly. How's our bridge doing? We're done our bridge. We're building this section of road. Once it's done, once it's completely done, we will start work on our second construction area, which will be around here somewhere. We can probably put, let's see, let's just take a look. Actually, this sound effect is loud and annoying. Let's do that. Okay, so man, I don't like that menu sound. That shit. Yeah, it's not so great. So, there's better places for quarries here. We could consider just like putting our quarry like right up against the main road kind of deal and have the construction zone on this side. Oh, it's tricky though. We got that rail line going past and yeah, I'm not quite sure what to do about this. I do think that this area should be the construction zone probably. Well, that's okay. We'll solve that once we come to it. I can't help feel like the rail pathing must have improved a little bit. Oh, as I say that, look at this. Oh, no. That's not good. Okay, you know what? Go back to the construction office, please. Is this gonna work? This should be just like one... Oh, no. Really? Do I have to sell one of these in order to get this to stop? Like, what did I do? What did I do wrong here? I thought I made the this a chain semaphore. Do we have like that? Oh, we do. We have the mixed semaphore. That's gonna like really help us out. We actually want this to be a mixed semaphore like that. I mean, it doesn't help us now, but let's try turning him around and see what happens. Maybe he'll like get off the road and then this guy can go through. Oh, look at that. Look at that. We solved it. We solved the conundrum. Okay. So what's going on here? That's tricky. I don't know quite how to solve it without putting an extra track in, actually. Well, let's see. Let's see. How does this make any sense at all here? I think with mixed semaphores, we might be able to actually get this done. So let's look at this. Let's just think about it like tactically here. We want this one to be mixed, and we want it to say it needs to look past this on going this way. And same with that one. Now, yeah, you're okay to go in. But once another train comes in here, then they shouldn't be able to go into the center section. So, oh, our budget's out again. Look at this. Oh man, we're not paying attention enough, and we're taking more interest. I like it. It's penalizing our inactions. I like it when my inactions are penalized and my actions are celebrated by the masses. That's my favorite combination of celebration and lack of celebration. Okay. How's our steel mill doing? 7.3 tons of mechanical components is all we need. We're probably struggling to import them fast enough because of money problems. Oh, I notice it only holds a maximum of 7. So what we're having happen is our truck can hold more than our warehouse wants to hold. So we're going to just change some of these values here. This is our distribution office. So we're going to tell it to fill the warehouse completely. This one, instead of 50%. Now, I was told earlier I could get it up to 99% by going all the way down and back up again. I don't know. 90, 79, 90. Yeah, no, I don't think so. I don't think that's a thing. But either way, this will help a lot. Actually, we're at a point now where we might want to keep more of a float of this stuff. So let's just lower some of these values in order to raise the electrical and mechanical component values, like so. And now that's a more realistic amount to bring from the border. So that's going to cost us money in the short term, but it should ease future constructions. We have one more load of mechanical components, for instance, to come, and there's no reason that should have to be the case at this point. We should have all of our stuff. What's this? What are you? You are a crane. I see. Okay, sure. Brand new crane, all right. Not like those old cranes. So I think we have a much better working semaphore system now that we have the one-way semaphore idea happening. Did I do this one correctly? I think I did. Probably. It's mixed, and it's 2 going that way and 1 going the other way. Yeah, that's frickin' perfect. Like, look at this. You can do, like, 3-way interchanges, like, reasonably effectively at this point. And that was certainly not the case in the past. We're going to have to probably buy this middle section. That's fine. Who cares? It's a part that the construction trains cannot reach. Meanwhile, we are doing the bridge at this point, and that's nice. It's good to see. How's steel land? Okay. Yeah, this could be better, I suppose. Could be better. But we have all of our components now. The steel mill is almost completely done. I do want to get a rush on this one. I don't know if I want to actually buy it or not. I mean, we'll see how it's going, I suppose. Like, not many work days, but there's a lot of, like, various types of required components that are required in very small quantities. Here, this dumper is just on its way to pick up the asphalt. So it's going to be a little while before it gets all the way back, right? Yeah. It must have just delivered the gravel and it's coming back now. Well, it's almost at the asphalt. Let's just we'll just take our time with this a little bit, I suppose. Okay, now we have the steel mill finished. So, what do we want to do with this? I think... Oh, it's interesting how our distribution office has room for more trucks. I wouldn't have expected that. We must have taken some dumpers off of it recently. I think that's exactly what happened. So let's oh, I don't know what to do here. I want the steel mill to work because it's silly that it's not working right now. Do we have power here? No, we don't. What's happening with our power supply? We have built a power supply, right? Yeah, here it comes. Still constructing. And so is... Oh, yeah, okay. So let's just... these sound effects, man. They need to be turned down, some of them. The game files. The thump, thump, thump of buildings and so on. Okay, well... Right now, the game is very much prioritizing these, I suppose. Which is okay. Let's just crank up the workers a little bit. Go up to 25 each. And we'll get those done sooner rather than later. And then the construction offices will prioritize bringing power and also this distribution office to the steel mill area. And that's what we want to see. Meanwhile, we could choose to spend the time building a couple of gravel roads or asphalt roads or something. Let's do that. This should... Oh, really? Are you... You know what? Yeah. I'm not doing that little tiny span. That's silly. What? Oh, got the wrong one. Yeah. 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 Okay, so we'll build those into asphalt roads. At some point, we'll want to upgrade these intermediate ones, these two little guys, but we want those right now to be open for construction vehicles to come through. So, we need more money. This time we caught it in time, which is nice. Let's borrow. This is really good, having a total amount owed. I think our total amount owed has been about 520 for, like, the last, like, several years of game time. I don't think we've been borrowing more. I think we've been more or less treading water while building stuff, which is a really good thing. Okay, so what do we have here? There's a bus. I think this bus... Oh, I see. It was the one that was going to the rail construction office before we realized that it was walking distance. Is there a path outlet from the other side? We might save some people. Oh, yeah, we can save our people a bit of time by doing this. That's totally worth it. Let's do that. There they come. Oh, look at this. It's very nice indeed. It's keeping all of the stuff except for gravel. We're still having trouble with gravel. We should probably buy another dump truck for the distribution office just so we can get gravel more reliably to where it needs to go. So let's do that. Just buy one dumper. We'll need to buy a bunch of dumpers in the near future for the steel mill, but that's fine. So what's happening in terms of gravel storage? You see, okay, this is the true bottleneck, is the gravel. Oh, wait. Neither of these are working right now because the excavators are trapped. Is that a change, I wonder? Has something gone terribly wrong here? Okay, so maybe what we should do, in fact, I'm sure what we should do for this line is just we'll turn off wait until loaded for now. We can check out how it's working and maybe turn it back on later on both of these. We'll just turn off wait until loaded. And that should be fine. Now this'll start working again. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so that should solve our gravel problems. Now, what's going to happen when the trucks come back? I want to see if they if they do just wait until loaded, you know, even though I didn't tell them to. So this is the first one to come back. Let's see what happens with it. It's being loaded. Oh yeah, and it's waiting. It's got the full 12 tons. Yeah, yeah. So like we'll just leave it how it is. It's better, I'm sure. That explains why we were having such aggressive gravel issues. We weren't producing any gravel at all. And so that also explains why some of these construction projects were getting very lagging because they only have a tiny amount of gravel. And oh, we're not producing asphalt either, maybe? Is that what's happening here? Look at that. Our asphalt plant ran out of gravel entirely until we restarted production just a minute ago. So that's why asphalt was being this big bottleneck all over the place, because we're building these huge asphalt roads, so we're using tons of it. So that makes sense. Our gravel just clogged up like a clog machine that stops working because it's clogged. And then everything else went down after it. So soon, at the moment, all of our gravel will be going downstream to the prefab panel factory and the cement plant and the asphalt plant. They're all demanding gravel and don't have enough. So it'll be a while before our trucks will actually begin to start picking up gravel again, which is really disappointing. I mean, this is gonna put a stop on our construction for a bit. Even our track construction needs more gravel here. Oh well, just a minor snafu, people. It's fine. And then before we build anything else, I want to get steel going. I want to stop importing steel. In fact, I'm going to stop importing steel right frickin' now and see if we can continue to build all the things we need to build without steel coming in. Temporarily, you know? Like, we have a bunch of stored steel. We have 145 tons, so that's got to be enough, right? for whatever it is that's already queued up. Like this one only needs 13 tons, so it's plenty, right? Okay. No more importing steel ever again. Instead, we'll import iron. That's better, right? That's a little bit better anyway. So our coal storage has gone all the way up to 83.5%. So we were worried about it a little while ago, but it's going to be totally okay. Yes. Oh man, my update. You know. Look, I had changed my Steam information to Festivus Chill and Prole dancing. You get it? Prole, because there's a Festivus pole, but it's not. It's proles in the game. And then it didn't update, so it still says pole dancing on my stream announcement. Must have forgot to hit update information. I'm so disappointed in myself. I had a clever like Soviet dad joke, and none of you will ever know, except the fact that I just blathered about it and spilled my guts about it. But otherwise you would never have otherwise known, right? And that's what matters. It's the potential, damn it. Okay, so our coal facilities are going really nicely right now. We're processing all the coal we're mining, and we're also mining like ludicrous amounts of coal here. So yeah, no wonder our storage is almost entirely filled up. But that's a really, really good thing. It means that we're getting plenty of workers at our bus platform, and we sure are. Oh, look at this. This prefab was completely empty not long ago. That makes me a little bit... Oh, no. I was going to say I'm a little bit worried we might be choosing to auto-populate, but we're totally not. We're just growing that fast right now. We're growing real fast. So, like, this year... Oh, look at that. Look at that population chart. It's just going right up. We had some escapees. Yeah, that was our little cold snap happening, I think. Either that or, like, a very minor dose of starvation. One of them. Our average age is only 22. So we're set to grow our working class very, very fast in the near future. And that'll be nice. They'll fill up those flats. We'll have, like, plenty of educated workers. We'll have a functioning steel mill. Everything is coming up wonderfully. And this one is, we need 80 tons of asphalt. So that's going to take a while for these dump trucks to deliver that. We are dump truck bottlenecked in terms of our delivery. So, well, I say that, but then I see 3 dump trucks sitting here waiting. So I was going to build more dump trucks, but I guess we don't need them. I guess we're still, like, really just bottlenecked on the gravel production. Oh, our storage is just starting to fill up. It's at 3% now. Trucks will start grabbing from it once it hits about 10%. So that'll take a little while, but we'll get there. Okay. Meanwhile, our asphalt plant is doing wonderfully here. Needs more bitumen. I wonder if that means that our frickin' cistern has gotten jammed up with oil again. Like this... oh no, it's out on the road, I see. Where's our cistern? What's it doing? It's delivering fuel somewhere. Okay, sure. Here it is. It's right here. Just delivering to this little local gas station right here. Okay, cool. So after it does this, is it going to do a bitumen job? I hope so. Yes, it is. It's going to do bitumen from the border to the... So that's perfect. It's coming exactly at the speed it should be. Everything's working like clockwork. And meanwhile, this road's almost done, which is beautiful. There it is. Just needs to be rolled. While this little paver waddles its way home. Here comes a construction crane for the distribution office. That's nice. We have full resources. We have everything we need there. We might consider adding a new construction bus. I'm pretty sure that's what this is, though, right? Yeah, it is, and it's going to the distribution office. So once these guys get in here, they should be able to do the work. There's 2 cranes on site, so they'll go real fast. And we're out of money again. Boom. Meanwhile, our debt stays around 500,000 rubles. We don't want to get it much over 500,000, that's for sure. Come on, guys. Come on. So this one's done now. All of our electricity's done. That means that as soon as this road's done, I'm going to consider turning this road on. Oh, but realistically, the distribution office is already good. So we're gonna just get going on having steel. So dumper, we'll do 3 of them for now. That's not going to last us forever, but it'll last us a little while. We'll probably end up wanting 5 in the end, but that's okay. So we're going to take from 2 places the... Oh, no, we don't need gravel. What am I talking about? Coal and the border. And the border is going to take iron, processed iron. And here we're going to take processed coal. We're only going to load if it has 10% to protect the power plant. And we'll unload in the... Can't find a path. No! Okay. You know what? We only have this one road to finish, so we're just going to, like, jam it. 4,000, sure. It's better than holding up the whole works here. So let's do that. Unload maximum percentage of 50. So there go the little trucks. They'll start bringing raw materials we need to get our steel mill going. And meanwhile, we have this bus just sitting here in the yard. So it's going to erase from that line, and we're going to not set line. We're going to give it a new line. Stop in town and stop at the steel mill. And we only need 1 bus right now. It's a big bus. It has a lot of space, and yeah, it should be fine, right? We don't need to have the steel mill going full blast. In fact, we don't want it to go full blast. We only want to produce enough for domestic consumption right now. We are not exporting steel. We just want to stop importing it at a ridiculous expense. That's basically it. So at this point, we'll be producing steel very, very quickly. And that's going to be nice. As soon as we get like 1 of each type of dump truck and 1 bus of people in, it'll start. So we're going to keep the construction office assigned to this place until it runs out of steel. But as soon as it runs out of steel, we'll switch the source over to the mill. And meanwhile, we should start construction on our coal infrastructure over here. Get that going. So I think that means we should just start all of these. Yeah, so we'll start. Start. We can do the foundations of these buildings before we have... actually, you know what? I'm going to pause for a second because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking to myself, we are going to want a second coal mine at some point here. For sure. Like, I think 1 processing plant can hold stuff from 2 mines. So I think I'm going to end up wanting to... replace one of these, maybe this tower, with one that can accept 2 different sources. So I'm actually going to do this even though it might potentially be like a gigantic pain in the ass to rebuild it. But let's just see if we can make this happen. We might be just shooting ourselves like straight square in the foot here. But let's see. 3 into 1. So we want the one with 3 sources instead of 3 outlets. And look at this. It looks like it's going perfectly. So now we know, if we build this, we know we can comfortably build a second coal mine in the future. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for future expansion possibilities. We don't need to plan it out right now, I don't think. But over here, yeah, I mean, there's going to be at some point, we'll want to build a mine over here, and we'll want to have a thing going this way. We might need to have another tower just to raise it up a level, but that's fine. This is good. So we'll rebuild the road, and fortunately, it rebuilt just perfectly. So that's nice. We don't have to like slave over that one. It's not a pain in the ass. Finish the infrastructure. Now everything, not this one though. This one has not been assigned to continue. What are we missing? This one? Yeah, everything's assigned now. So these projects will use a lot of steel, and they will run through the rest of this. Yeah, you can see the trucks are picking up steel to deliver to those new constructions immediately. The conveyors in particular start using steel right away. They don't wait for anyone. And notice these 2 trucks are doing that thing again where they have bricks and prefabs in them, so they're being, like, stuck because of it. Oh, well. Happens, I guess. It's not ideal. It'd be nice that if there was a way, like, when you're in a warehouse or whatever, you can dump storage. It would be nice if we could dump storage off of trucks. Discard all cargo? Oh man, you couldn't do that before. They're making the game better. Oh, and it's snowing. Shit. Okay, like let's just pause the game and see what's happening with the snow. Got plenty of workers there. We only have the two snowplow things. The two what do you call them? I always forget the name of the frickin' snowplow places. What are they called? The technical services. Yeah, we got 2 of them. 16 total snowplows. So let's just see how it goes. We'll see how quickly the roads get cleared. They're spreading out from their 2 starting places here and here. One's working hard on the town. That's nice. And the other one's working hard in the construction area, and they're kind of bridging the gaps together. So that's fine. So far, so good. We've got all this stuff coming up to the steel mill. The steel mill, meanwhile, is still missing coal. And it's missing people. So these are the people. There's only 7 right now, so that's unfortunate, but oh well. And these should be coal, right? Asphalt? No, that's asphalt. You are concrete? Yeah, you're a mixer. Weird. Did I sign this proper? Oh, no, there is some coal. Now there's 12 iron, 12 coal. And yeah, it consumes almost twice as much coal as iron. So once we get the local coal infrastructure in here, that'll be very pretty. It'll look real nice. I am going to buy another couple dumpers here. Yeah, I don't want the distribution problems holding up the whole works. We're going to do another loan. We're at 534 now, so that's about the same as it was last time. It's not really growing. And we should be like way better off in terms of cash flow now that we're not importing iron or not importing steel. We could also consider getting a lumber industry going. Like, lumber industry kind of like, it sucks. It doesn't really, like, it's so cheap. Lumber is so cheap to import that it's kind of like, you know, you need a lot of construction work happening before it actually makes sense to produce your own. But still, it would be a nice thing to get it up and running. How's our rail going? Yeah, it's making good progress. Look at this. Look at this. We got no stuck cars, I hope. Still have 3 working here. We're missing steel. Oh, I understand. Wait, do I? What's happening over here? This distribution office should be bringing steel to the... Oh, because I told it to stop importing steel from the border. Yeah, of course I did. Okay, so let's just tweak this a little bit. We have to add the steel mill. Okay, you know what? I'm going to pause it because I don't want to hold up rail construction any longer than we have to. So, okay, so I was kind of hoping to avoid putting the steel mill as a task. But, oh, we've already done it apparently. Okay, sure. So we're going to load steel. Only if there's at least 10%, I suppose. Sure. I mean, no, we'll load it regardless because we want to prioritize rail construction. And then we want to take off the warehouse that's storing the steel in the construction area. So how do we do that? We go to... Where are you? Open storage small. This is the one. Take off steel from there. And then that should work. Now it should be picking up steel from the steel mill once coal arrives, I guess. We have like 1.37 tons of steel here. You need a lot of coal and a lot of iron to produce a little bit of steel. So fortunately, we have five dumpers on the job of filling it up. I mean, this is gonna be such a slow slog for production here. I don't know. I mean, we might still need to import some steel for a while. We'll see. I'm glad that we have that buffer, though, of all the steel in the open yard there. That's good. Okay. We're making waves and doing things that resemble progress in a vague sense. I like it. I like it a lot. So there's a brick export happening. Meanwhile, our heating plant is really important, and it's doing well. It's got plenty of coal, plenty of workers. Power plant's the other important building. And we now have a full coal storage. So we don't need to think about more coal resources. I mean, we're putting a lot more coal stuff in here, but that's different. That's like our long-term plans. And how are we doing on this? Oh, it's road rolling. It's going to take its time. It's a really long stretch of road, so the roller is very slowly doing its job here. Here it is. Look at him. There he is. Just rolling the road. Rolling, rolling, rolling. So once this guy's done, we are going to plan a construction industry over here. And then we can do fun things like continue building the train line and get the terrain managed a bit down there. Not that it matters until this bridge is done, and that'll take some time. So these bridges are using a lot of bricks. That's fine. Oh, and we're not even close to that point yet, actually. We got a long ways to go. And rail construction's so slow. It's especially slow when you like run out of gravel for a whole like long period of time, then you run out of steel for a long period of time, and you just keep running out of things. It's really good. Really, really, really good. So one thing I am going to do is go to where the rail construction office is here and just bump this all the way up to 90%. Because I don't know why we initially set that to kind of be conservative in terms of how much we actually store. But we shouldn't be doing that. We should be storing as much as we can. So we finally got a little bit of steel in, and it's immediately been taken by these two trains that are going out to do their work. And look at that. They're following each other even through the same... Oh, man, these semaphores have been improved, like, dramatically. Look at how well that's working. Oh, I'm dreaming of a future already where, like, the trains are actually going to run properly and not, like, always mess up. Like, that uneven, what do you call it? The mixed semaphore is, like, game-changing. Waypoints are also super useful. Was that in before? It might have been. I'm not sure. But all this stuff is wonderful to see. You're going to have much more efficient rail systems now. And meanwhile, this bridge is being built, and that's good to see, too. We've almost gotten the rail line all the way to the border. This is going so well. Yeah, they've really improved the rail logic by the looks of it, so yay. Yeah, we got a city going. These prefabs are... This one's almost full, like, already. I noticed the citizens are demanding sports, which is weird, because they have, like, 2 playgrounds, right? Building closed due to bad weather? Well, that's new. They never used to close the playgrounds before just because it was a little bit, like, frozen. So, is there a new playground that's indoors? Is that a thing? Can we just not get our sports enjoyment at all in the winter? Because that makes the game way harder. It looks like people are stuck without sports in the winter. Oh, geez. These are all closed. That's why they can't get their sports enjoyment. Huh. And now their sports are falling and their happiness is falling. But we're still at like 74 births and 13 deaths this month. So we're still doing tremendous in terms of like our overall population growth rate here. It's very nice. So, you know, we're not going to worry. Meanwhile, our snowplows are doing okay. It would be a nice thing to have a third office for them, third technical services, but I don't think it's like top priority at the moment. So I'm going to like leave that for a while. Meanwhile, the road roller is still doing like wonderful work, and he's getting close to the end of this job here. The rolling asphalt job. Oh, come on, road roller. So once he's done, there will be another phase where we'll need another 0.15 tons of asphalt, which is funny. And another 230 or so work days, I guess. Oh, I guess he just has to go all the way back to the other side now. Okay, sure. Slowpoke. That rail bridge is going to take frickin' forever to build. It's enough to make me want to maybe build a second rail construction office. Like, I don't like doing that. I think we're just going to have, like, a long train of iron, like, dump trucks for a while and just deal with it. Better than the situation right now where we have both iron dump trucks and coal dump trucks. And the iron dump trucks are coming from the border, so not great. It's interesting that the iron dump trucks seem to be doing so much better than the coal at getting it filled. It's probably just because it uses more coal than iron. Because, yeah, I mean, our coal storage is completely full. And this dump truck here is going to the heating plant. Okay, it's not going to the steel mill. I'd like to find one that is, so that we can just make sure this is working properly. Like, which road would they go on, I wonder? Who knows? So, we're getting plenty of workers here. Yes, we are. Plenty of workers here. Yes, we are. We have, oh, we need money. Need money, need money, need money, need money. Boom. 512. That's a little bit less than last time. This makes it so much easier to manage our debt levels. Every time we take a loan, we can look at the total amount owed and hope that if it goes down each time, we know we're doing okay. Before, we were just sort of like eyeballing it based on how many loans were outstanding and what the average payment was, like the median payment left, whatever. The one right in the middle of the list. That one. So if we can just do it this way, it's so much better, so much nicer. Clean interfaces are beautiful. Yeah. We're getting there. Doing the work. And we're starting to fill up these buildings now. So that's good. Might we want to, like, increase the number of workers here? I think we do, just slightly. We can also consider doing engineering research. At some point, we are going to build a mechanical components factory stemming off of this here. Let's just consider planning it out now so that we at least have an idea of what it's going to look like eventually, right? It's in various industry, I think. Yeah. Oh, and we can't plan it out now because we don't have the tech. Makes sense. Makes much sense. We should also consider, once we build the iron town, I'm going to fill the surrounding countryside with, like, a fabric industry and a meat industry and well, I mean, maybe not all of them, but, like, we need a fabric industry, we need a meat industry, and we need a brewing industry. And since, as it stands, the only employment for the second town is going to be these iron mines over here, we have a lot of flat land that we can fill with farms nearby. So, like, yeah, the iron is, like, all in this ridge, right? Let's just check. Probably checked earlier in this campaign, but, you know, you can always check again. Measure twice and iron once, right? So yeah, there's iron down here. It's kind of hard to see in the snow. That's annoying. Here. So really, actually, this isn't nearly as epic of an iron area as I kind of thought it was looking at the map. It doesn't seem to be anyway. But, you know, it's all right. We can get a few mines in here for sure. In hindsight, we probably would have been way better off just putting our iron mines down here. But we've already, like, done all this work, so, like, okay, whatever. We're not being the most efficient planners in the world. This 5-year plan might become a 10 or 20-year plan before we're done. In fact, we're already done our first 5 years, so, like, there goes the plan, I guess, right? Oh well, we got our little Soviet Empire happening, and it's looking very beautiful, if I do say so myself. I'm enjoying it. Exporting power, yeah. Right now, our exports are, like, massively outpacing our imports, which is essentially because we're not importing steel for the first time in the whole frickin' game. Meanwhile, how's our steel reserve? Almost completely gone. I was expecting that because we're using all the steel for these new buildings over here, but that's okay. Meanwhile, we are, like, really not producing nearly enough steel here. And it's entirely down to not getting coal to the mill fast enough. Well, that's okay. These should be both coal, right? Yeah, coal and, oh, iron. So this iron tank's going to totally fill up. Let's just temporarily cut this down to like 40%. And then hopefully that means that the input of iron will slow down. They'll prioritize coal. So that's going to bring the coal up. And look at it. It's immediately gone with just 36 workers. And producing very, very, very little steel. And all that steel's being like used for the railroad right off the bat. So this is like not really going that great, actually. Let's tweak it instead. Oh. Did I like take off the iron? I must have like hit remove this connection at some point. That's weird. But that's what I wanted to do anyway. So this distribution office now is only going to bring coal, not bring iron at all. And we're going to crank that all the way up to 90%. Now over here at this distribution office, this one will be in charge of iron imports. So that should make sure that we get coal at like faster than iron here. So we're loading steel and we want to unload iron. No more than 50%, I guess. Well, no, let's bring it all the way up to 90. Get those dump trucks moving. Move it or lose it, dump truck. You got gravel, do you? Okay, sure, fine. Lose it then, I guess. You know what? Gravel's so frickin' cheap. I'm just going to discard it. Yeah. Now you can go get iron for me, right? Yes, you're getting iron for me. Good. Good job, dump truck. So hopefully that doesn't put too much crimp in the coal going to this heating plant, because I'd hate for that to happen, but it should be fine. I think. And meanwhile, all 5 of these dump trucks are now fully on coal duty. So now our steel should be working a lot better, and we want to bring that finished steel down here. So yeah, we're still having trouble keeping this one stocked, but that's okay. It's better than it was, I think. Like slightly, very slightly better than it was. We desperately need to get these this coal mine infrastructure going, but it's a long-term project. There's so much construction work that has to happen before we have our reliable source of coal in these hills. It's okay. Once it's done, we'll switch this one over entirely to bringing iron from the border, and then we should be able to ramp up steel production. We might even consider exporting some of it at that point. That's a ways off, though, for sure. Look at these rails. They're being built. We have rails! Rails! As far as the eye can see. Rails, 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 rails. So power and food remain our primary exports with a little bit of bricks and prefabs, which is the way it's been for a while now. How's our food factory doing? We've got plenty of workers. Our crops are almost halfway used up. In fact, they're 2/3 of the way used up from the harvest season. So yeah, I mean it's fine. It's used the crops very, very quickly though. That's not the best. We're in that situation again where we have too many workers for the amount of jobs we have for them to do. And now that we have a lot of educated workers, I think it's time to consider getting some media going so that we can control both hearts and minds within our empire. So let's think about that. Where would we put our media? Probably here. We probably want a media outlet that is like pretty low common denominator, maybe newspaper or maybe radio to start out with. Because workers need to earn a certain amount of money before they start getting televisions and computers. Like, let's look here. So we have a total of 3,090 people. Is that the adult population? I think maybe not. I forget what the full population number measures. Is it like? Oh no, it's actual population, right? So what we should really be thinking about is about 2,200 educated working class adults here. out of which 1,400 have a radio, so like 2/3. Half have a TV, a little less than half have a computer. Okay, so if we go up here to media, television. We don't have a city hall. We should think about that too. That could make sense to get us more information about what's going on. So yeah, it's television and radio is what we have access to. So I think we're going to look into building a radio station. And we'll want it to be kind of in town, but also in a place where, like, we got to be thinking about how this town's going to expand. Our second main hub is going to be over in this area with our second store and our second bus stop. So considering the second store and second bus stop will be over here, we kind of want this to be somewhere where we can have like houses between them and it. So I don't know, like I'm tempted to put it here, but that doesn't feel ideal to me. It feels like we should be building up. Well, so maybe we will actually want it down along the road, like sort of more over here, like behind these buildings that are still in the works. So let's look at doing that. Let's do some planning here. We've got this guy. Is there a clone button? I seem to remember there being a clone button that's new to the game. I guess not, though. Yeah, okay, sure. So we'll pull up the construction menu, and these are the prefabs we're building at the moment. They're quite nice. We'll turn on a wireframe. Make sure it's all straight and perfect. That's about right. Put one there. And one like that, I guess. And then we have some flattening to do, I see. Oh, right, it's back to flattening stream. That's my favorite kind of stream. It's the stream where we just sit here flattening terrain. Now it has like a spiffy new sound effect that is like louder and far more annoying than the old one, but also very spiffy. So let's just deal with this. Like, okay, so if we go to like sound effects, is it sound 3D volume or sound UI volume? I'm going to turn this down and we'll see what it does. Okay, we'll see what this does. Ooh, that's still loud. That's still loud. So that's totally sound UI volume, right? Like, so what's the difference between UI volume and 3D volume? I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand what's 3D about volume. So let's just turn them both down to where the music is, because it feels like the music's quiet enough, but the sound effects really aren't. Okay, so let's look at that. It's a little bit more tolerable. Still a bit loud, but whatever. I'll make sure to cancel these, because I remember, or suspend them, just in case it decides to start building them on us. So we do not want those built anytime soon. Leveling terrains, the funnest part of this game, and I love it. I love watching it go from hills to level. Level is so much nicer than hills. Ooh, look at it level. Ooh, it's so neat and orderly. Ooh. This is so loud, people. I'm pretty sure the way I have my setup configured, though, it sounds like louder to me than it does to you, so I'm hoping it's okay for you guys. Ooh, we're leveling. Leveling. Man, that dad joke, that's one of my favorite dad jokes, and it's too bad the stream didn't start with it, but, like, seriously, we're doing prole dancing. We're doing Festivus. It's a Festivus stream, so we got, like, a Festivus pole, but it's not a pole, it's a prole, because, you know, Soviet Union, you know? You get it? You get it? Huh, yeah. Yeah, that's how clever I am, yes. Very, very, very self-satisfied at the moment. I don't love how this power line is, like, right in our way. We can either, like, put the building next to the power line, or we can demolish the power line and rebuild it, and that would be a huge pain in the butt. Oh, too tired. Happy holiday Festivus prole dancing to you, Twisted Officer. Yeah, this Christmas Eve I managed to like fall asleep like late afternoon and then kind of got a few hours of sleep, so I decided to do a midnight stream. And yeah, it's going to be good stuff. It's good to see you, Twisted, though. Glad you're checking me out even this late at night. We've got new sound effects in this new Workers and Resources patch, and I'm not impressed. I like that there's new sound effects, because I complained about the old sound effects before that, but they're so loud. And it doesn't seem like I can turn the new ones down without also turning the old ones down, and I don't know what to do. I'm scared. Scared and confused. But we have a flat slice of land, and we're going to plant our radio station. That's exciting. It's exciting because radios are exciting. Okay. This is still not nearly enough flat land. Right. And we do want it right where those power lines are. So that is a pain in the butt. We should have planned this like along the highway. That would have been way smarter, but we're not that smart. So let's do some new new power lines, right? Like, what are these? At least they're cheap ones. They're not that fancy. They're this one, I think. Yes. Okay. So do we have all of these spots filled? We do. Shoot. So let's just carry on behind the gas station, I guess. Like that far. Those are the right ones, right? Yeah, they look the same to me. Hope so. Then we'll go to the side of the road, and we'll carry on from there and go up here. And it's too bad that the game's like really not going to let us do this gracefully. We're going to have to buy it. Because if we don't auto-buy it, we're just going to lose power in this construction office. Although this construction office doesn't seem to actually be doing anything at the moment, so maybe that's an option to lose power. Because this road is finished. Oh, excellent. Okay. That's a good news, bad news situation. Not a bad news, good news situation. I like those. Okay, so let's just demolish the edge of this power line, and we'll be real aggressive about it. We're just going to, like, cut straight through there and put that in there, and then we're going to do the same thing over here. We're going to get rid of this little wire here, and then we're going to, like, get rid of this one maybe, and this one, and then just connect it up like that, and then tell it to start building, and that construction office will just have to sit there doing nothing until it has power again. Because we need to flatten this land. The land won't flatten itself, people. We must flatten the land. Flatten it so flat. Oh, so fresh and so flat. Okay. Ooh, sexy. Well, this has been land flattening with compound fracture. But hey, this YouTube video's done. This is like video number 15? Yes, number 15 of the series, and it's now over. Come back for number 16 real soon.